Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
After the interception, here's Darnold. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up
play action. It's Darnold. Flushed out right. He's got Denzel Mims, the rookie from Baylor. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. On first down, McFarland. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
2nd and 11 now. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The kick by Maher is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
Patrick Onwuasor on the tackle.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
13.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken right on the 30. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard. And
faking the give, Darnold, he lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Pulled in at the 24. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there. And there we saw completion.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Penny. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Blake Cashman on the tackle. A gain of a yard.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Jets 3, Seahawks 0.
That's the reason we ball for.
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Good.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
10-10 at the 13-yard line.
Let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They're going to run this with a tight end. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jets' 14-yard line.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
14.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On third down, Wilson. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Getting this quickly to Berrios. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, they go with Adams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
First down.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first down, this is Adams. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Adams, the ball carrier.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
At the 45-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And now look at him go.
This is too easy right
And
here.
they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face third and short. On the give, this is McFarland. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got daylight past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And it is up.
It is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Jets 3. The kickoff for Seattle.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy.
And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
First and 10 at the 17.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
You're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Go 14. Check 53 Mike. Check 53 Mike. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Good cut.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. That false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
You go tight. 19. You go tight right there. Say.
On the draw, this is Penny. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
3-15. 14, got it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Myers' kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, where they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
First down, Jets.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 6-yard pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Darnold on third down. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Here's a screen to Powell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a man on his 5th franchise in 3 years. It's Carlos Hyde. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
A 30-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through.
Good.
So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Vincent Smith on the return. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 26, check 26.
Off of play action, Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On the give, it's Adams. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Darnold from the gun. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Yeah, we dominate today.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Double count right here, double count. Switch. 25.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
That's good.
A big play that time for the Seahawks. 58 yards.
22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Check. 53, check. 53.
Here's a give to Penny. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. They will call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
It's 4th down.
So out comes the field goal team once more.
For the Seahawk field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16.
19.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives have bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Darnold now to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. A screen to Bell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The 1st down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with 2nd and very long.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. Mike, 56, Mike, 56.
Here's Darnold. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
But it's 3rd down.
Again, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st down. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Complete.
Chris Herndon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught.
Successful.
So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's second down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On second down, Peterson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20. Not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On second down, McFarland. He'll have a first down past the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running with McFarland. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down by
no gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 on the Seahawks 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. That's track. Mike, 56. Mike, 56. Roger, 5-0.
Flacco from the gun. He'll air this one out. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Denzel Mims. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are within a 2-point conversion of tying this thing up.
56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. You must be true. 56 to Mike.
Now it's Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back at the 10. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Again, it's Penny. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give to Rashad Penny.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Drive starts with a handoff to Adams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
The tackle made by...
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll run again with Adams. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Setting to throw, Flacco. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He's back to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Berrios, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st down.
On the handoff, it's McFarland. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the ground, it's McFarland. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On second down now, McFarland. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher.
A 29-yard attempt.
And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.